Lagos. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the program this morning. Let me begin with you, Mr. Ojo. Exciting development we're following in Owerri and Yenagua. How do you feel about preparations, in the days leading to this exercise, both on the part of the police and INEC?
Thank you very much. Good morning, Nigerians. It's a great honor and privilege to be on this platform this eventful day, 11/11. So INEC announced the date for this election over 1 year ago, and we thought it will never come. When you give a very long notice, it's like, why are they announcing this so early? This is like Ondo and Edo now, announcement has been made, and yet it's going to be in 2024. But that's just to put all the critical stakeholders on notice so everybody gets to prepare adequately for their own role in the electoral process. So INEC engaged in periodic briefing. They told us what they are doing. There are stakeholders meetings. There are quarterly meetings with different critical stakeholders, including the media, the political parties, the civil society organizations, security agents, all of them. Periodically, INEC was meeting with those people and giving updates. And of course, we know that more than 6 months ago, candidates' nomination process took place among the 18 political parties, and thereafter, arising from electoral 2022, you now have 150 days of campaign, which is unprecedented, because in the 2010 electoral act, you campaign for 90 days. But this time around, you now have a very long period of campaigning, which is 150 days. So we have also had civil society, civil society organization engaging in pre-election observation. At least they were able to tell us the PVC collection window that was opened ahead of the election, because INEC, having suspended the continuous registration exercise, they didn't do any registration ahead of this. But what they did was, for those who have not collected, they gave them a window of period to collect. And civil society organizations also let us know about incidences, whether in terms of electoral violence or voter inducement, or what is happening around the campaigns. So we get to know this from the media and from the civil society. So the media has also keyed in, giving regular updates, observing the process, reporting on the process. So I should say all is set, but all eyes is not just on INEC today. All eyes is on the contestants, the political party chieftains, the INEC officials, the polling agents, because Nifemi, truth is, credibility or otherwise of election is not just on the referee or the electoral management body. I've said this time and again, if the political class refuse to play by the rules, there's practically little or nothing the electoral management body could do. For instance, INEC does not have power to make arrest. You know that for certain. INEC does not have power to make arrest. INEC can only ask. For instance, if there is a chaos at the polling unit, INEC official cannot hold somebody and say, I'm arresting you. No.
Which is very critical because, interestingly, we had a conversation with the first PRO last night who mentioned that the police officer attached to each polling unit cannot even make an arrest except instructed by the electoral officer. So it's hard to tell how this works between the two agencies. I was asking him if there is a situation of vote buying or violence. What does the police officer, do? Because they are not allowed to carry arms at the polling units. And he says, well, he does nothing except is asked to act by the electoral officer.
That is not right. That is not completely true. Even though the Electoral Act has asked that the presiding officer can order the arrest of anybody trying to disrupt
the process. Yes.
But don't forget, Nifemi, there is a law that backs police to restore law and order beyond election. Are you saying that? So if there is violence, there is shooting, you wait as a police officer in that polling unit. You wait until the presiding officer calls you and says, go and arrest him. No, you have a role to play that goes beyond the elections. So vote buying is a crime. The presiding officer don't have to tell you, go and arrest those people who are trying to buy votes. No, I think the first PRO may not be too conversant with the provision of the law. Yes, that section is there, that in a situation where there is rowdiness or somebody is trying to misbehave, maybe a poll agent, maybe an electorate, you can order. But you, as a security agent, have a primary responsibility of restoring law and order that is generally entrenched in the Constitution, in the Police Act, and every other regulation, which is even superior to the Electoral Act. I don't know whether I'm making sense. So you don't wait. If there is shooting now, you don't expect, when the presiding officer is also trying to run for cover. So he will be waiting. So you as a police officer will just fold your hand. And say, after all, the presiding officer hasn't asked me to effect that. No, that would be absurd. I think the law covers the police. Their presence there is to ensure law and order. So any disruption of law and order, even where they have not been so ordered by the presiding officer, they should not wait until that order is given.
But like you said, the burden of responsibility lies on the multi-stakeholders in this election. And we're looking forward to how they will act responsibly. But talking about the police, we've seen a massive deployment in all of the 3 states, 27,000 in Bayelsa, 40,000 in Kogi, and I think about 25,000 plus in Imo State. So there are mixed feelings. There are some who are saying this is over militarizing the process, but also the experiences we've had, the stories we've gathered,